Good morning, everyone. We have some big news. I'm on my way to the camp today because tomorrow the inspector comes and we will find out if we will be able to get our occupancy permit or not. So I'm on my way up. I'm going to go ahead and shovel around the house so that they can get around and look at everything that they need to look at. And yeah, that's it. So let's go ahead, get to shoveling, and wish us well on our inspection tomorrow. Yep. Time to do some shoveling. Woo-wee! Yeah, guess we got some snow up here, huh? It's all fluff for the most part, I guess. Yeah, this was a nice little workout. I'll make sure we had that clear so the inspector again could come in, take a look inside. Good morning again, everyone. What's up beside me? The last official piece of trim. Yeah, said that again. Because I thought we were done, hence why I told you all I've already installed the last piece, but there was a mattress in my way and I forgot in front of the kids' beds that we needed a piece to go there, so that's what I got here. Heading up to camp so I can get that done. And also we had our inspection this morning and all in all went pretty well. We had 3 issues. One, for whatever reason, the fire alarms are not going off interconnectedly, so got to figure out how to do that. I thought they were already, but they might be wireless. I can't remember the ones that I bought, so I'll have to figure that out once I'm up there. 2, the electrical panel, I guess, is not completely labeled, so I got to figure out what's going on there. And 3, which is potentially a bigger issue, is of course the septic. So when we had the plans designed originally, we had it for a 4-bedroom house because we were always under the impression that we would want to have the ability to make it a 4-bedroom house, even though at the time that we had started, we were originally going to do just 2 bedrooms downstairs and then keep the upstairs as like offices and stuff like that. And then when we had to redo our permits for putting in the HVAC system, making it a full-time house versus just a seasonal house, it ended up being easier just to make it a 4-bedroom house anyways, so we decided just get it over with. So that's what we did. And then for whatever reason, the septic design, when they submitted it saying just 2 bedrooms. So the inspector has gone in and said, you know, why is it saying 2 when there's obviously 4 bedrooms and that's what you're looking for? So I went through our records, found the septic plan design, does say 4 on it. I reached out to the designer and he had said, yeah, you know, we've always had it so that you could have 4. It's built for 4. Everything's installed for 4. But when he submitted the plans to the state, it had 2 on it. So I've reached out to him. He called me back. He is in the process of reaching out to the state to see what they can do on their end. Of course, the septic, as you already know, is buried. So the issue comes when they need to go ahead and confirm everything's been completed. And so technically they wouldn't necessarily have to like unbury it to just show it. However, again, everything was set up and installed as a 4-bedroom, so all the measurements and the design and everything is for a 4-bedroom design. So the person that came in and signed off on everything knows that it can handle a 4-bedroom design. And so we're hoping that with that in mind, they can just go in and say, yeah, we're all set. We don't need to see it because we know it's in there already and we know it's capable of handling 4 bedrooms. So we are waiting to hear back on how that conversation goes. Hopefully, again, it's not that big of a deal and they'll just say, yeah, we already know. Obviously, that's what we signed off on, and that's way too big for a 2-bedroom anyways. So they'll just pass it, but who knows? More to come on that, but I'm up here again. Got to get this board installed. I'll see you guys inside. We'll get this board installed, hopefully get the fire alarms connected, and figure out what's going on with the labeling on the electrical panel. Let's get to it. Well, guys, it's the day of issues. So I told you about the inspection and that not going so well. I had to reorder some fire or smoke detectors, and those will be in this weekend. So I'll have to come back and reinstall those because the ones that I got are not working properly, and I can't find replacements on Amazon. They got pulled. So that's just a sign that I wouldn't want to use them anyways. So I'm going to replace them anyways. But also having issues with the water right now, which is not fun. As you can see right here, no pressure in our tank. So need to figure that out. It's not cold down here at all. It's in the 50s. I've got the thermometer working, which is fine. None of the pipes seem really cold, but there's also nothing in there and nothing in the tank either. So don't know what's going on there, but I've got a call out and hopefully we'll hear back from them soon. Hello again, everyone. Back up to camp today to go ahead and get the fire alarms replaced with the new ones. All right, so it's time to go ahead and swap out the old one here. I don't know if you can really see. I mean, these are, they look nice. What I don't like about it, though, again, is how they mount. You've got to kind of like push them up. You can kind of see here, I had to use 2 screws to hold it from coming down because of how our ceiling is. We did tongue and groove, so it's a little bit thicker than like drywall, so the boxes were a little bit higher in. So we really just had to go ahead and make do. But because they go around this little collar, I need to have that drop down just enough to be able to spin it in place, which made things really hard because these flex. And so it's just a pain to try and get those to be connected and stay connected. So with these, it is much, much easier. So yeah, definitely like these. These are smoke and CO2 combination alarms. We did that for all of the alarms. You don't have to do that throughout the house. There's only certain areas that require the CO2, but we just wanted to be a little extra safe, and the way that, or the pricing on it's not that much more. So again, just peace of mind, makes sense to go with this instead. So we'll take this down. I'll take off these screws. So this is, when they're interconnected, they have a red line. This just goes out to all of the fire alarms. So when one trips, they all trip for whatever reason. Again, these weren't working correctly, even though you can tell that they're connected here. So that was one of the major reasons why we were like, you know what, we're just going to swap it out. I don't want to deal with there being any issues. in the long run, and it just makes me feel much more safe having that come off. So all we're going to do here is swap out one harness for another, and then replace the piece there. Alright, so time to go ahead and connect these up. Again, so everything is going to be interconnected as it was originally. And hopefully this will actually work this time. There shouldn't be any issues. Everything's fine. I really do believe it's just the fire alarms that we had previously having issues, and that's probably one of the reasons why they were taken off of Amazon. So there's that piece. So as I was saying, with the new alarms here, the plate sits on the top like this. So you can kind of see, goes in. So when it's against the ceiling, it just drops in and turns. Whereas the other one, here through the accents, it's got a little collar, so it goes in, and then this piece actually goes into the unit and then slips around on the outside versus it being on the top. Makes it much more of a hassle to get it installed. So nice thing here, I already have these screws in place. What I have to do is take the new collar. Alright, so again, got these two in. It's just a matter of slipping them into the grooves. So again, making sure that they're loosened enough. And now that they're slipped in, I'm going to take a screwdriver. And the nice thing about these is it's got this nice wide base right here. So it covers the whole piece. There's nothing that's open because again, the cut line is in the middle here. And on the other ones, because of how thin they were, let me show you. That's the original one. It actually fits inside. This just gives so much more room to be able to cover up. So you can't see anything there, which is so much nicer. And then to finish the install, we're just gonna pull this out so the battery works. You'll hear a little ding. And then we're gonna plug in unit. There it goes. Plugged in. And then this just sits in on the inside. I'll turn it. It's in. And that's it. It's so much cleaner. Now, as I've shown you the new brackets or collars or whatever you want to call it that go on, really hide things so much nicer than the originals. And one of those that's going to be the biggest difference. There is a good one here in the other guest bedroom. I'll show you here in a second. You can kind of see along the edge, but I'll get you a better angle here. So again, you can kind of see we put some silicone caulk in to make it less visible, but you can definitely see on the left side there a little bit of a gap. And again, it's just because those brackets are so small on these X-Senses, they don't cover anything at all. So if you have anything larger than the exact opening, you're going to be able to see it. So let's go ahead and not see it anymore. This video is not sponsored by First Alarm, but I just wanted to show you what you get in the box for the units and why I think they're just above and beyond anything else you can get currently. So again, this is the SMIC0100-AC combination alarm hardwired version. If we go ahead and open it up, you get that wiring harness I told you about. So this just connects Makes things easy to swap in and out. You get the fire alarm already connected with that collar, and everything's wrapped. I mean, that's pretty consistent. Even the accents had that as well. So that way you don't have to worry about debris or anything getting in and affecting the actual units. So that comes off. You can see in the kids' room, again, we had to put in some silicone caulk to make sure that we would have most of it not seeable. Of course, there's just a couple spots up here. The other thing that I wasn't even thinking about until right now really is the size of the hole here to get in and access wiring is just tiny. So it makes things really hard to just jam pack everything back in there when you're done. The new brackets have a lot more space here and of course on the outside, so it just makes things so much more pleasant to work on. All right, so another angle here. Again, we've got the piece off. You can see where we had all the silicone to cover up originally. So slip over the mounting bracket here, line up the screws, and then again, these are already made. Everything's nice and covered. And again, this sticks out from the wall, and then the actual alarm sits in there, so it's so much easier. All I have to do now is tighten everything down. Sucks it right into the wall. And as I was just saying, it's so much easier to push these wires in here now. I've got so much more room. So super easy. Just go ahead, connect it to the back here, screw it in. All right, green means we're good. So we're just gonna go ahead, plop it in. You can see again how that collar just sits in. Or the unit, I should say, sits in to the bracket, and then you just twist it in, and that's it. It's done. It's beautiful. So much nicer. That's it for today. Appreciate you all for coming along on the journey. If you haven't done so, please like and subscribe and share with a friend that you think that might enjoy this as well. And we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks again, everyone.